So by now, everyone probably knows about the Colorado Supreme Court ruling stating that Donald Trump cannot be on the state ballot in 2024 for the presidential election. And it has to do with probably the worst Constitution interpretation that I've ever seen. It has to do with the 14th Amendment, Section 3, stating that as an officer of the United States, if you incite an insurrection or rebellion against the United States, then you cannot hold office. And so first of all, Donald Trump was not an officer. The officers are appointed under the president, so that's wrongfully interpreted. The second thing is that he never even incited an insurrection. Take a look at this clip and let me know if this is an incitement of insurrection.
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
Now, I'm either being a jackass or not at all, but if you're going to tell someone to peacefully protest, is that insurrection or rebellion level? In what world would that be? Well, I think it's pretty obvious what they're trying to do. We're seeing Trump destroy Biden in the polls. They're trying to charge Trump with fake charges to get him off the ballot, and now they're legally trying to get him off the ballot by inciting an insurrection, which has no merit as well. So they're basically trying every legal fashion to prevent him from being on the ballot. And I also want to make a special point. The only presidential candidate that has responded, and this information has been out for many hours, okay? The only presidential candidate that has responded was Vivek Ramaswamy, which I'll bring up in a second. But the main candidates like Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley have not said a word yet. It makes me think that there was some kind of insider information months ago, even before that they announced their candidacy, because Nikki Haley said she would never run against Trump. Ron DeSantis isn't saying anything, and Ron DeSantis, in his right mind, you would think that he would never win against Donald Trump just because of the voter base. So it makes me think that there's something that they knew beforehand. They knew that they were going to lose in the polls up until Donald Trump getting off ballots. I don't think it's going to work for them in the end, but let's take a look at a legendary man, Vivek Ramaswamy, respond to this. This is amazing.
They have just tried to bar President Trump from the Colorado ballot using an unconstitutional maneuver that is a bastardization of the 14th Amendment to our U.S. Constitution. This was a provision, Section 3, that was designed to bar Confederate members, people who switched to the Confederacy, from actually being able to serve. That's very different than what's at issue here, to say the least. This is a hollowed out husk of what the country was built on. The basic principle that we, the people, select our leadership, not the unelected elite class in the back of palace halls. That's old world Europe, not the United States. That's why I'm making a pledge today that I will withdraw, I pledge to withdraw from the Colorado GOP primary ballot unless and until Trump's name is restored. And I demand that Ron DeSantis and Chris Christie and Nikki Haley do the same thing, or else these Republicans are simply complicit in this unconstitutional attack on the way we conduct our constitutional republic. I refuse to be complicit in that. I think what they're doing is wrong, and I think it's up to Republicans to step up and stand up with a spine for our country's future. That's really what's at stake, whether we, the people, actually have a say in deciding who leads this country. Yes, it would be easier for other Republicans like me who are running in this race to say, hey, if Trump is sidelined, there's our opportunity. No doubt other candidates are probably privately celebrating with their corporate sponsors. That's not the right thing to do. I think the most useful thing that every GOP candidate can do right now is to join me in that pledge. I'll say that I will withdraw from that Colorado GOP primary ballot until Trump's name is restored. This belongs to the people, not to the unelected Democratic cabal of judges in Colorado or any other state. And I demand that Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley and Chris Christie do the same thing, or else they're complicit in what this security state is trying to do to shut down Trump. I stand by that, and I expect them to do the right thing.
Yeah, I'm just going to be honest. I don't expect them to do the right thing. I think they're just going to be selfish. But anyways, here's Donald Trump actually responding to the charges.
It's no wonder crooked Joe Biden and the far-left lunatics are desperate to stop us by any means necessary. They are willing to violate the U.S. Constitution at levels never seen before in order to win this election. Joe Biden is a threat to democracy. It's a threat. They're weaponizing law enforcement for high-level election interference because we're beating them so badly in the polls.